Hello everyone. I hope you can hear me. I don't know. Please let me know if you can hear me. Well, that's so weird. It's so weird to just sit in front of my computer talking into the microphone. Like, literally only talking to you guys. If you can hear me, I still don't know. My stream still doesn't show me that I'm live. I don't. And I really need to switch the audio output. So please let me know. Yeah, you can hear me. Okay. Oh god. What's happening? 42 people were waiting. Now there are only 29. Am I so bad? Sounds great. Stage fright a little bit. We can hear you. So sad. Guten Abend. Servus Moritz. Well. Oh wait, it isn't Moritz. Never mind. Well, we have a Falcon 9 launch today, as you might know, since you all are space enthusiasts like me. And there is one really good website where you can find all the details you need to know for a rocket launch. And this is www.everydayastronaut.com/pre-launch previews. And then you can see a lot of different pre-launch previews. Actually, I'm quite proud of us that we have so many pre-launch previews prepared for the upcoming launches. Today's launch is a Falcon 9 one with series SXM-7. So, does anyone have questions, or should I just start with the pre-launch preview? Good evening from Switzerland. Servus. What's the plan? Update? Is it venting yet? I don't know. I just saw the tweet from Trevor. Yeah, it was Trevor Malman. That said, rocket no vent, rocket no launch. No vents of yet, but they have a 2-hour long launch window, which is right at the top of this pre-launch preview. No super chat. Yeah, well, I am not. I don't know how to say it, but I'm not like a real YouTuber, and I don't have the setting for the streams for super chats. So, I mean, I appreciate that you're asking for super chats, but I don't have the setting to do it, to enable them. Well, today's launch window starts at 16:21 UTC, which is in 18 minutes from now, and extends all the way to 18:22 UTC. So pretty much a 2-hour launch window. I might be 1 minute off. I think it actually starts at 16:22. But that's not a real big deal. So if we don't see venting right now on the rocket, it doesn't really matter. They still have a 2-hour long launch window. The mission name for today's mission is SXM-7. The launch provider, as you know, is SpaceX. The customer is Sirius XM. The rocket on which it is launching is the Falcon 9 Block 5 B1051.7. So that's the 7th flight of this particular booster, which is crazy when you think about it. There is a customer that is okay with SpaceX launching their payload on a booster that has already flown 6 times. It's just, to me, that's just mind-blowing. Wait, will this launch actually lift off from Space Launch Complex 40, from Slick 40? I might have chosen a wrong thumbnail for this stream. So yeah, this launch will lift off from Space Launch Complex 40 at Cape Canaveral Space Force Station, Florida, in the US. note, name has officially been changed to Cape Canaveral Space Force Station, which is really a tongue twister for non-English speakers. They have changed their name a few days ago, so that's quite new. And whenever you see DS in front of the LC, then it indicates that it will launch from the Cape Canaveral Space Force Station. If there would be just LC, Launch Complex, that would indicate that it will launch from Kennedy Space Center. So today's payload mass is 7,000 kilograms, or around 7 tons, which is about 15.4 thousand pounds. Where's the satellite going? This satellite is going to a geostationary transfer orbit, and with a final geostationary orbit. Will they be attempting to recover the first stage? Yes, they will. The first stage will land approximately 643 kilometers downrange on just read the instructions. Will they be attempting to recover the fairings? Fairings will be recovered from the water. Go Mist-3 and Go Searcher have been deployed. Go Mischief is still damaged, it seems. But no worries, they have done this before. Fairings have flown that have been recovered from the water and not caught with the net. Are these fairings new? One fairing half is new and the other previously flew on Anasis 2. So only one half is new. How's the weather looking? Well, the weather is currently only 60% go for launch as of today. And SpaceX tweeted, I think an hour ago or 2 hours ago, that the weather is still only 60% go. And now comes the madness. Trevor, you really need to work on the number of your stats. They're just too many. All right, let's go. This is the fastest a booster has reached 7 flights by far at 652 days. Previous record was 807 days. This is the fastest turnaround time between 6th and 7th flight at 56 days. Previous record was 99 days. This is the 3rd fastest booster turnaround ever, which is impressive between the 6th and the 7th flight. This is the first time a booster used more than 4 times has flown a primary commercial payload. It's the first reused fairing half to fly on a non-internal mission. That is a stat I didn't know before I read the stats. So it's the first time a non-internal mission will be supported by a reused fairing. I didn't know that. This will be the 102nd Falcon 9 launch, the 48th reflight of a booster, the 20th reflight of a booster in 2020, the 14th reflight of a fairing half, the 7th flight of a booster, the 69th booster landing, the 16th landing attempt on Just Read the Instructions, the 19th consecutive landing tying the longest streak, the 25th launch for SpaceX in 2020, the first SpaceX launch on December 13, the 61st SpaceX launch from Slick 40, the 5th flight of B-1051 in 2020. This singular booster core has launched the same amount of times in 2020 as the Atlas V, which is really, really impressive, in my opinion. And this will be the 105th orbital launch attempt of 2020. Ugh. Whew, that was close. All right. So if you want to know more about this launch and about the satellite, there's a big, I mean, it's not that big, but it's a good size pre-launch preview on the website, which you can read through if you want to know more about the SXM-7 satellite. Pretty much is a communication satellite sitting out there in geostationary orbit. Well, and of course, we want to thank Trevor Sesnick for this awesome pre-launch preview. And of course, all of you out there in the website crew. So whenever you want to find out about something about the rocket launch, check out our pre-launch previews. All right, let's switch over to the stream and wait for it to start. I just saw that SpaceX tweeted, now targeting 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for launch of SXM-7. Time is optimized for launch and recovery. Weather forecast has improved to 80% favorable. That's not bad. But that's in... Wait. That's in 1 hour and 20 minutes, right? Oh my god. So this means now that I have to entertain you for 1 hour and 20 minutes? 20 minutes, really? Without anyone to talk to? I mean, except for the... How many people are watching right now? 35? So, wow. Well, hello guys. Do you have any questions? I didn't expect so many people to show up, actually. I mean, I knew that there will be more people watching today, because pretty much Austin tagged everyone on the Discord server, and there are over 1,200 people on it. But that's still more than I expected. Well, I can't play KSP. I'm sorry, I don't have a graphics card, and I don't want to show you how bad it looks when you play it without a graphics card. And I don't know if my computer can handle OBS and KSP at the same time and all the different windows I've opened right now. Keep us entertained, no pressure. Well, entertain us. I will try. Alright guys, we've got an hour. Let's get the viewer count up to 500. I mean, I would be really, really, really surprised if you can get it above, let's say, above 50. So yeah, if you want to try, please go ahead. Yeah, I don't have a graphics card right now. You don't want to know what happened. I mean, my first graphics card I had for 3 years. That was 6.5 years ago. I had it for 3 years and I fried it. It really nearly caught fire. I smelled that it was burned. So I got a new one, which wasn't a new one, which was a worse graphics card than my first one, but it was free since I got it from a friend. And that one burned through after another 3 years. So it had almost 6 years of daily use. And then I fried it. So I currently don't have a graphics card, which is fine for working. But for playing games, it really sucks. Do you have an update on SN9? As far as I know, got what is the crane called? Cranezilla? I think it's called Cranezilla. The big SpaceX crane secured SN9, and they're now assessing the damage, I guess. I haven't heard anything else yet. I have a question. Why do the rockets have always smoke coming out of them in the bed? Juan, you really wanna, yeah, you know why. And I mean, I can explain it if you want. It's so SpaceX super chills their propellants, which means that they're really, really, really cold. And whenever the hot, moist air of the Florida coast out there touches the really, really, really cold rocket, it condensates instantly. And then you can see condensation. So all those plumes that come off from the rocket are just condensation. So just water vapor. Some Formula One commentary. I mean, I don't have anything to add except for Go Max. I mean, he won the race with miles, while being miles or kilometers ahead of Bottas. I'm happy with him winning. I actually do know, yeah. Oh, mission control audio went live. I can't hear it. Oh, I don't have it open. If you guys hear anything from the mission audio, just let me know. I'm not trying to yell, just making it easy to see. Okay. I love your YouTube recommendations. My YouTube recommendations, Starship SN6, 150 meters. Well, that's in an incognito mode, so those are not my specific recommendations. And they're pretty much all German. SpaceX stream just went back to 76 minutes. Yeah, 1 hour and 15 minutes to go. So don't let this guy near a graphic card. I mean, I can work with a graphics card. It's just that I nearly use them every day, so they have to, how do I say that? Not pack a punch, but they need to be strong. You got this unrelated question. Will Mike Hunt be joining the stream? No, I don't even know who Mike Hunt is. Note that, but weather is now 80% go. Well, yeah, weather is now 80% go as of the launch time they have set themselves. Which is like 30 minutes. No, it's not 30 minutes. It's nearly 50 minutes before the launch window closes. SN9 is pointy end up again. Yep, it is. It is pointy end up. But for how long is the question? I don't know. Pretty much nobody knows except for the SpaceX crew, probably. There's no one speaking on the right now. Oh, on the right now. Not on the right now, on the right. Yeah, okay, I got it. I like Leclerc's helmet. I really, the thanks app. Yeah. The thanks app helmet looked pretty cool. The helmet I liked the most was probably Landon Norris one. He had a pretty cool shiny helmet. Yeah, Andy, I remembered. I remembered the name. Yeah. All right, I won't. God, hey Jeffrey. I'm not playing, but it would have been a clever strategy. Any updates on the Austrian rocket program? Well, the Austrian rocket program. I don't know if you're up to date with the Austrian rocket program, but there is one specific person in the US right now that thinks that Austria or Austrians are living in so-called forest cities. I think you know who I'm talking about. He's old, a little overweight, has a very orangey skin, and said that Austrians are living in forest cities. So the Austrian rocket program is pretty much setting trees on fire and see if they can fly. There's a pretty funny meme about it. If you want to look it up, I think you can just Google Austrian rocket program. Okay, I have to catch up with the comments. Any updates on the lol schoolyard prank? It was always pointy and up, but it wasn't straight up. Yeah, it was just leaning. My guess would be that SN9 fainted after it saw what happened to SN8, and SpaceX being like, SN9 is next up. So it just wanted to try and avoid the same fate as SN8. Yeah, Juan, I didn't know. I mean, I do know. I remembered after I said it, so yeah. Somebody watched a lot of The Simpsons looking at you, Matt. I had to. It's just every day. No. It's probably as far as the Bavarian one. I don't know. I don't know if the Bavarians live in forest cities like we do. The TU space team got us. Well, yeah, I saw that the TU space team has some rockets they're currently building or developing. And I really thought about visiting them. And I still might visit them and just see what they're up to. And maybe, I don't know, if Tim wants to do a video about like small college or university teams and what they're working on, maybe I could get some like official and exclusive material from them. Everyone know? No. Yeah, but I'm talking about the best helmet from this race. Last time I was in Austria, there were no flying trees. Well, you haven't been long enough in Austria to see them. I talked about the rocket weirdo. Is that directed to me or to someone else? Forest cities, yeah. Nate, you don't have to scream my name. Kind of like elves. I don't think so. I don't think that Austrians are elves. Oh, I see a picture of Valentino Rossi's helmet now. Yeah, that's funny, but it's not really like beautiful or anything. So, oh yeah, and Abducting Tacos in Discord found the meme I was talking about, the Austrian space program. I mean, I can probably show you, maybe. Let's see. No, that's not how it works. No, it won't add there anyways. Never mind. Let's switch back to the stream. And the chat for cities. Yes, you're talking to me. What were you talking to me about? I can't remember. So, Michael, I have a question. Could NASA put the ICPS on the exploration upper? You mean the exploration upper stage to make SLS more capable as a 3-stage vehicle? It is possible with the masses, the thrust. I currently don't know what the ICPS is. Is it was it Boeing's cryogenics, the upper stage? I'm not Tim. I don't know that much about, I mean, I do know quite a bit about rockets and stuff, but I don't know that much about SLS and ICPS. I mean, I've heard ICPS, but I don't remember what it is and the numbers, like the thrusts and stuff like that. What are you guys showing me in Discord? That's not a space shuttle. Yeah, interim cryogenic propulsion stage. Rockets of Bavaria and Austria. We're gonna have a talk later on. No, we won't. And he posted a link. Yeah, the cryogenic second stage. DCSS. That's from the Delta 4. So the ICPS, a minimal modified 5-meter DCSS, is expected to fly as the upper stage of the Space Launch System Block 1. So you mean... that's Top Gear. Okay, I see. Yeah, that looks like Top Gear. So you mean, Michael, could NASA put the ICPS on the exploration upper stage to make SLS? I don't know. I mean, I'm not that familiar with the rocket equation, but I mean, I don't know what it looks like, but I know what it is about. So I don't know if they have that much more payload capability and capacity to low Earth orbit with the ICPS on top of the exploration stage, upper stage. So, and I don't know if that would make SLS too, not top heavy, but too tall for the service structure they have. I mean, yeah, if you want to crunch the numbers, go ahead, do it and let me know what you come up with. And also, yeah, I don't think so. I don't think that NASA would want to build another service structure, since the tower was $1 billion or even more. the launch tower, that is. So I don't know if that would be a viable option, especially when you think about Starship coming up. And I really don't know what happens first, the first orbital Starship launch or the first SLS launch. So far, we haven't seen any solid rocket motor, like the solid rocket booster stacking for SLS, because when we see them stacking the SLS, the SLS side boosters, then we pretty much have a metric for when or in what time frame SLS will launch. They will launch about a year. I mean, in a year. They have to launch in a year after the stacking began. Yeah, the ICPS is expected to fly in SLS Block 1. That's true, but he meant that, I think it was it Block 1B or was it Block 2, where SLS would have the exploration stage as a second stage. I have done many Delta V budgets, lol. Well, Nate, if you wanna give it a shot, be my guest. Andy, what did you post? NASA spaceflight, crispy. It's no longer leaning. Yeah, it hasn't been leaning for quite some time now. I think since last night, pretty much. So yeah. So I guess they're now assessing the damage that was done by Tipsy SN9. Turning the Robin refilled into a space shuttle. Top Gear. Hey Caspar. Oh, do you guys have any more questions? Oh, that's nice. Because I don't know what I could talk about in the next hour or 45 minutes until SpaceX livestream starts. I mean, the livestream is now set to start in 62 minutes, so pretty much an hour. Please, guys, help me. I'm desperate. I don't know what to talk about. Oh, wow, we have, 25 people watching. Imagine being as drunk as SN9. Well, I think I have been drunk as SN9. I have been tipsy before. And I mean, I haven't hurt myself though. There's the difference. SN9 hurt itself. I didn't. SN10 when? SN10 when? That's a good question. I personally think we will see SN10 fly or be ready to fly. If like that's the thing. If SpaceX decides to skip SN9 because they think the damage is too great and would take too much time fixing, I think that SN10 could fly in at the beginning of January. That would be my guess. If they decide SN9 can fly, then I think SN10 will fly late January, the beginning of February maybe. That would be my guess. When does the Delta V Heavy final launch? I think you mean the Delta IV Heavy, right? Well, Delta IV Heavy did launch. They launched on Friday or Thursday. No, it was Thursday. Thursday evening, and Friday morning for us Europeans. They lifted off at 2:09 in the morning, I think. Yeah, they lifted off. That live stream was pretty short though, since it was an NROL launch, so they didn't show much after booster separation. Pretty much they didn't show anything after that. Can we promote Rocket Explorer a bit? Andy, are you asking me or are you asking Casper? Oh yeah, sure, why not? You know, there's always the issue of tea. Don't get us started on tea again. I'm not a tea drinker and I really don't care about tea. What do you think will be different on SN15? And thanks Casper for all the good questions. For SN15, I think the biggest change will probably be, or the biggest visible change will probably be just like manufacturing wise. It will look a lot smoother and cleaner. At least that is what Elon told us. So I would guess it would just look cleaner overall. I don't think that we will see that much change, and maybe they have better legs by then. So yeah, my guesses would be overall cleaner, smoother. Sorry, cleaner and smoother look, and maybe some new legs. I don't know. We will have to wait for that. And SN15 will probably be stacked in February, maybe, at the pace that they are showing right now. I think I was probably more drunk than SN. Yeah, Lisa, you were definitely more drunk than SN9. SN9 January, SN10 February. That's reasonable, I guess. How far is SN10 in stacking, fins, etc. process? So the fins of SN10 arrived yesterday, I think. The final pair of fins, if I'm correct. And when it comes to stacking, there is only the nose cone pretty much missing and the flaps. So, and maybe, obviously, the Raptors. Since we don't know if there are enough Raptors on site for SN10 too. I mean, we saw that SN9 had at least 2 Raptor engines. So I don't know if they maybe have enough Raptor engines on site already for SN10. That's a good question though. Final Delta 4 Heavy is due for 2023 and they're all 70. Yet there are, how much, remind me again, how much Delta 4 Heavies are there left to launch? 4? 5? I think 4, right? On Friday 2 AM, yeah. That's I stayed up for the Delta 4 Heavy launch. And it was kind of worth it. It was a big relief that it finally lifted off the pad. After the rocket has been there for a year pretty much. And they first had, like, the first attempt of launching was back in August. So that's a long time ago. It finally lifted off the pad. That tea discussion, no. Tanya, I won't start the tea discussion because I simply don't care. I'm suggesting it for you to use up some of the time and to boost Casper's views. Well, I don't know. That's the thing. Since I don't have a graphics card, I really can't play Rocket Explorer on my computer. It's a little better on my laptop since it got a 6-year younger CPU, but other than that, I can't really play Rocket Explorer on my computer, especially not when I'm running OBS and all the different windows in the background. And now, much serious question, what beer? Alright, so you're asking me about beer. Well, I mean, I am Austrian, and Austrians drink the second, like, first place in beer consumption is the Czech Republic. Second is Austria. Third is Germany. So yeah, I mean, Austria is the second biggest beer consumer when it comes to per capita. We drink, I think, 108 liters of beer per year per person. I personally don't like beer that much. I really enjoy on a hot summer day. I really enjoy a Radler, which is like half beer and half soda, pretty much. But yeah, I'm not that big of a beer fan. I'm more a wine guy. Gotcha. 4 more. Oh yeah, 4 more Delta 4 Heavy flights. Otherwise, we could go over a few other pre-launch previews. Russia, India, maybe. Yeah, that's a good idea. Or I could talk to you about the upcoming Astra launch as well, since they are trying to launch tomorrow. Yeah, it's really not optimized as well. Yep, true. That's true too. I want to spend some time on making it work on weaker laptops. Well, you can start with my computer. I have a i7. What is it? 4770K, I think. Processor. So yeah, and no graphics card. Oh, you're Czech. Well, have you been to the Vienna meetup? Or because there was someone from the Czech Republic. Radler. Yeah, I like Radler. I used to love one beer in particular when I was in Germany. Can't remember the brand now. Well, that's the funniest thing. Most of Germans think that Austrian beer is the best. Most of Austrians think that Czech beer is the best, and I've heard that quite a lot of Czech people think that German beer is the best. So there is a bit of a triangle between the 3 countries. And yeah, we are pretty much a triangle. We are all neighboring countries. That's known as Shandy in the UK. Oh, the Radler thing. I've heard Shandy before. Yeah, no graphics card is rough. Yeah, tell me about it. No graphics card to play any games is rough. Oh, you're living in Wales right now. Okay, because I know that there was at least one guy from Prague, I think. Well, yeah, as a Bavarian. Well, as a Bavarian, you're more Austrian than German, so then it fits again. Because Austrians think that Czech beer is the best. Oh god, no, okay, Kölsch is no beer. Kölsch is water with a little bit of beer flavor in it. When I first tried a Kölsch, I'm not really a beer fan, but that was, I can't even explain it. And Danish think Danish beer is best, we must be correct. Well, you Danish people are pretty secluded from the rest of the beer world, I think. You'll need to try some California microbreweries. I never met a Czech person who will say that loud. Okay, that loud. Oh, that German beer is the best. You are not Austrian, yeah, because you are not really a Bavarian. But Bavaria is more Austrian than German. I am right on this. I know. I see that you have said something in the Discord chat. Yeah, and Lisa, the tea conversation was way, way before you got really, really drunk. And we all tried to stop you. We all tried to tell you, we think it's enough. We think it's time for you to go to bed. Well, I have a bit of a problem here since the stream is pretty delayed on my end. I mean, there's a good maybe 20 seconds of delay before you can hear what I said, then write a comment, and then I can see the comment and reply to you. There's a big difference there. We have 49 minutes to go until liftoff. Bavaria behind the Weißwurst-Äquator. Yeah, it's south of the Weißwurst-Äquator. Right, since Andy suggested that we could go over some other pre-launch previews, I'm gonna just do it. Oh, Juan, you remembered. Rothorst Tannenzäpfle. But then I became more of a red beer fan, and now I don't drink mainly. Well, I don't really drink beer, and I don't really know German beers that good. I mean, I know a few, but not that many. And probably also in OBS, not sure where you have the delay set. I don't have a delay set in OBS. The Weißwurst-Äquator goes through Bavaria. Could be. I mean, yeah, Bavaria is pretty big. But most of Bavaria is more Austrian than German. Alright, so what do you guys want to see next? Do you want to see the Angara A5 pre-launch preview? The Astra pre-launch preview? The next Electron launch? Or an Indian one? Or a Russian one? I'll let you decide. So, tell me, what do you wanna see next? And hear me talk about next. Well, please let me know if there are any problems with the stream or anything, because I will probably don't see. I'm just focusing on the stream itself. I'm just drinking Rheinbacher. I think I've heard about Rheinbacher. What did I miss? Not that much, I guess. We're just hanging out and thinking about what pre-launch preview we could go over next. Juan, I concur with Casper, Angara. Andy, I hear the Angara pre-launch preview is quite good. I think so too. I've heard that a really talented guy wrote it. Does Blue Origin have anything coming up? Well, Blue Origin definitely has something coming up, but they decided not to tell us. And I'm not Tim, so I don't have any information on them. Like, Tim has probably some information that he can't share, but I have literally no information about Blue Origin. I just know that the pad is nearly finished. The pad in Florida. So we might see a new... Wait, was it New Shepard or New Glenn? New Glenn was the big one, right? Never mind. The big rocket, the heavy lift vehicle. So I think we could see them rolling it out next year. And they be just like, hey, there you go. That's our rocket. It will launch tomorrow. Have fun. I could really see them doing that. Yeah, I heard that too, that they had some problems with B4. I mean, B4 is still a very complicated engine. and a very high-tech engine. So it would be pretty much a wonder if there were no problems with it. Like, rocket science is, well, no, rocket science is pretty easy. But engineering stuff for rockets is the hard part. All right, let's look at the Angara A5 pre-launch preview. So this picture shows an Angara A5 rolling out to the pad. I don't exactly know which one it is, but Andy for sure can tell us which Angara A5 that is. If it's the one that will launch on December 11th or another one. SpaceX is too transparent. They make me expect the same out of everyone else. Yeah, they pretty much are the most transparent ones out there. I mean, they have an interplanetary class rocket sitting on the side of a public road. They can't get much more transparent anymore. They're pretty much like not visible, not invisible. I mean, we can pretty much look through them. That would have been the IPM mission. The IPM. So this mission will be called IPM-2, which is pretty much a proof of concept, a test flight, such as, for example, the Astro flight. It will lift off on... No, it won't lift off on December 11th. Can you check the date and update it real quick, if possible? It won't lift off on December 11th because that was 2 days ago. I think the pre-launch preview page, what did it say? What does the API say? The API says that it will lift off on December 15th, sorry, at 9 UTC. And it is a window of 2 hours again, from 9 UTC to 11 UTC. No worries. I mean, it's not a big deal because that's a pretty small stream with only 25 people watching, but still, we wanna get it right. So yeah, the mission name is IPM-2, which is a dummy payload mission, just a mass simulator on top. It will launch, the launch provider is the Khrunichev State Research and Production Space Center in Mirny Arkhangelsk Oblast in Russia. Sorry for slaughtering this name. The customer is the Russian Space Forces, VKS. The rocket is an Angara A5 BRIS-M. The launch location is LC-35-1 at Plesetsk Cosmodrome, Russia. The payload is, as I mentioned earlier, a dummy payload, just a mass simulator of around 2 tons or 4,500 pounds. And this satellite, although it's not really a satellite, will go into a near geostationary Earth orbit based on previous similar launches. So I guess IPM-1, the first launch in 2014, sent the mass simulator to a geostationary orbit. Will they be attempting to recover the first stage? No, this is not a capability of the Angara rocket. And Russia only currently plans to kind of do a Falcon 9 copy this stage, which will fly, I think, in 2022, if I remember correctly, or even 2023. Will they be attempting to recover the first stage? Nope. This is, again, not a capability of the Angara rocket. Oh, wait. I just read that. Sorry. Whoops. Where will the first stage land? It will crash into the Kara Barents Sea, north of Russia. Will they be attempting to recover the fairings? No, this is not a capability of the Angara rocket. Are these fairings new? Yes, they are. And how is the weather looking? Well, there's another thing. We don't know if we will ever get any weather updates from Russia, since Russia pretty much decides to launch in every weather. At least it seems that way. All right, thanks, Andy. And for the stats, this time not from Trevor though. This will be the 103rd launch of a BRIS-M upper stage ever. So the BRIS-M stands for a specific upper stage, or a specific second stage. It's the second launch of a BRIS-M upper stage on an Angara rocket. The first one was, if I remember correctly, the Angara A5 flown in 2014 as part of the IPM mission, the original one. This will be the third launch of an Angara rocket regardless of the upper stage. So there was an Angara rocket, but not with the same upper stage. This will be the second launch of the Angara A5 rocket variant ever, and this will be the 15th launch from Russia in 2020. We will link an official live stream if there is one available at the time of liftoff. Do we want to go over the mission and the rocket, or should we head to the next pre-launch preview? And I can just give a shout out to the wonderful guy that wrote this pre-launch preview, and if you want, you can look it up yourself. So I'll let you decide again. Rocket rain here too. Well, it will probably land in the Barents Sea, so not overland. Can anyone explain to me why solid rocket boosters nozzles are not convergent, divergent? It's a good question. I don't know. Maybe because... No, I really don't know. Maybe because they expand too fast, so that they have a way higher like pressure they are expanding at, and that's why they have those nozzles. I don't know. All these go for prop load on SpaceX. That's a good sign. So we are looking at a 17:30 UTC liftoff time. What kinds of propellants is the Angara using? We can look that up. So the Angara rocket, that's not about the rocket fuel. Here we have the side boosters. The side boosters are powered by RD-191 engines. This engine has only one combustion chamber and exhaust nozzle, unlike several other operated engines operated by Russia. And the RD-191 is fueled by kerosene and liquid oxygen, so pretty much RP1 and LOX, the most common rocket fuel. The first and center stage is again powered by an RD-191, a single one. So this is also powered by Kerolox, RP1 and liquid oxygen. The second stage is called URM2. That stands for Universal Rocket Module, and is powered by a single RD-0124A. It has 4 combustion chambers and exhaust nozzles. So that is what it looks like. And it is propelled again by Kerolox. And then stage 4 or stage 3 pretty much which is optional, is a BRIS-M or the KVTK upper stage. And the when you compare the BRIS-M upper stage to the first and the second stage, and also the side boosters, it doesn't run on Carolox, but this time on unsymmetrical dimethylhydrazine, so UDMH, and an oxidizer, and nitrogen tetroxide as the oxidizer, N2O4. I actually like the word unsymmetrical dimethyl. Oh, okay, I don't like it anymore. Let's see, what are you guys saying? I don't know rocket science. Well, Casper, you do know rocket science a lot more than anyone else. From a fluid dynamics point of view, it wouldn't make sense. I don't know either what shape they have, but I believe combustion gases behave the same as air. You'd like a convergent, divergent nozzle to have supersonic exhaust gases. Could be. Oh, launch auto sequence started. Nice. Yep, Carolox and hypergolics. Hypergolics for the third or upper stage engine, and Carolox for the side boosters, the first stage or the center core, and the second stage. Yeah, I know, I said it perfectly the first time, and the second time I couldn't. Unsymmetrical dimethyl. In German it would be methyl, and I don't remember now what it is called in English. Unsymmetrical is it methyl? Hydrazine. I mean, the hydrazine and the unsymmetrical D is pretty obvious. Anyways. Yeah, I said it perfectly the first time around. Hey, go for prop load. Tater getting a birthday. Oh no. We're not talking about this one person. Yeah. And if it rains, it won't be that toxic. Launch auto sequence sorted. Yep. I'm going to read about it. I'm just texting Trevor that I'm streaming and that he can join if he wants to. Flo's fan club. Why is the chat now called Flo's fan club? Okay, so Tanya left. Oh, and we're back up to 29 people. Nice. Let's pull up the live chat again. Alright. Stage 1 LOX loads nominal. Methyl. So it's unsymmetrical dimethylhydrazine. Was it right, Andy? I hope so. Fingers crossed. Okay, guys. Do you have any questions that I may be able to answer? Or do you want to have a preview of the new website? I could show you a thing or two, how it will look like, and what you can expect when compared to this website, like the current one. Oh, thiol. Okay, methyl. Not methyl, methyl. Well, then one more time. Unsymmetrical dimethylhydrazine. Bam. There we go. Oh, yeah, so sorry. I nearly forgot. So if you want to thank the person that wrote this awesome, really awesome pre-launch preview, about the Angara A5 rocket and the upcoming mission. Then scroll all the way down and thank Andy Law, our, should I say it, the dad of Website Crew, and go ahead and leave a comment, since there is none yet. Go over there and comment now. Alright. There's always the option of writing the word in Google Translate and let it pronounced. Yeah, there is, true. But since I have so many English-speaking people in here, I can just ask. When you think Starship is orbital? It will be a close race between SLS, an orbital Starship, and the first crewed launch of Starliner, in my opinion. Thanks, Andy. Yeah, thanks, Andy, for this awesome pre-launch preview. I think it will be a pretty tight race between those three rockets and spacecrafts. But I really think that SpaceX could do it in 2021. After seeing SN8 fly, and holy crap, I don't know what to say. It looked so fake, but it looked so cool and awesome. And I really didn't think, my prediction was that it will fail on landing. And that I don't know, that they can't relight the engines or something is going wrong with the landing burn, which was the case. But it's seeing the rocket do all those things, it really blew my mind, and I really think now that they can pull it off in 2021. So my bet would be an orbital Starship in 2021. Why was there so much venting during SN8's flight? During the flight, I was wondering the same, and I really don't know. It could have been that they have purged the lines of the shutdown Raptor engines. Maybe. Because they were relit by the header tanks. So maybe there was like excess fuel and an oxidizer from the pipes from the main tanks to the Raptor engines. That would be my guess, but I don't really know what else it could have been. I don't know. Casper, I didn't really see that much RCS activity on ascent, only on descent. Let's see. Yeah, having pawns is useful too, you see. Not always about you, Google. See? Google is obsolete. Google is old. The new way of Googling things is just ask people. SN8 purge. Actuators related, maybe? Could be. Open loop. I don't think that the actuation system is an open loops. It really is a good question. Right, mayhaps. Exactly, mayhaps. Alright, and it says we could take a look at the Soyuz 1 web pre-launch preview. But what do you guys think about a sneak peek preview of the new website? How much does a launch hold typically cost? Who pays for the support until next launch? Relation, does anyone know if it was ULA or NRO that picked up the tab for the last few months? A launch hold typically doesn't cost that much. Obviously you have to pay the people for their work, but they're getting paid on a monthly basis, so there wouldn't be that much extra cost for them. And other than that, pretty much only the fuel and the oxidizer, which is the cheapest part of a rocket. fuel and the oxidizer. Well, the oxidizer is pretty cheap. Well, it's just liquid oxygen. But and RP1 isn't that expensive either. So a launch hold is way cheaper than going through with the launch and maybe risking a boom. I can remember that there are satellites that cost $1 billion each. I think it was a SpaceX launch for Canada, where they launched, I think, 3 weather satellites, if I remember correctly, and they cost about $1 billion each, I think. So yeah, a hold or a scrub are way cheaper than booms. As Tim would say it, scrubs are cheaper than booms. Who pays for the support until the next launch? That will probably be the launch provider, I guess. That would be my personal guess. I don't know, but I will visit Rocket Company early next year, and maybe they will be able to tell me if they would if they would pay for the support until next launch. Does anyone know if it was ULA or NRO that picked up the tab for the last few months? It was ULA. ULA was working on the their GCE, the ground service equipment. Yeah, of course I'm signing to WordPress. I'm never not signed in. So yeah, they were working on the GSE. Since they launch very few Delta IV heavies, it's not that much used as, for example, Slick 40 from SpaceX or Pad 39A. Oh, B, sorry. Or was it A? I never know if it's 39A or 39B. I always confuse those two. Trevor will now tell me, of course. So yeah. No new website, that's illegal, please, yes. No, guys, really, I need more than just one to tell me. Like Andy said, the Soyuz OneWeb pre-launch preview next, and Casper says the new website. Guys, I need you. Tell me, what should we take a look at? New website or another pre-launch preview? The delay is really killing me. 39 is SpaceX. Oh, Trevor didn't tell me. Oh, wow. No, Casper, that's 40. That's Slick 40 with the lightning rods, towers, whatever. Yep, Trevor, please go ahead and finish NRO 18. That would be nice. Go for new website. Alright then, I think we'll take a look at the new website. But first I have to switch up the scenes so you can't see me logging in and pulling up the new website. And remember, the new website is just a work in progress thing. It's not set in stone, and pretty much everything could change. And I see some things that have not been changed yet. I have to work on that after the stream, I guess. My bad. No worries. One was thinking website 2. Alright, well, here it is. A sneak peek, a preview of the new website. That will be the new homepage with a header on top. Hey, what's that? Okay, never mind. With a header on top presenting the latest pre-launch preview, the latest post-launch review, and the latest article. Yeah, the header is not working properly right now. Oh wait, no, it is. But on Starlink 15, we don't have a featured image set on the new website. But for the Long March 5 Chang'e 5 mission, we do have. When you scroll down, you have the 4 latest pre-launch previews on the left side, on the left 2/3. And on the right sidebar, you can see featured posts. There is one thing missing right now. There will be a little widget at the top of the right sidebar that tells you when the next launch will take off and what launch it is, and it will automatically link to the pre-launch preview. So far, we have said that the featured posts display the latest posts, but that would be too repetitive with the header, with the carousel, and the latest pre-launch previews. So we decided to maybe change it up and display maybe some featured posts, as it says, or the most liked ones, or the most clicked ones, so that most popular articles will show up there. Then, next on the right sidebar, there's a little coming soon thing. I'm not gonna tell you yet what this is about, but I can tell you so much that the renders, the 3D renders, 3D models, are from the one and only Casper Stanley. And that he will be involved in it. And as you can see underneath this little sneak peek, we have a Twitter plugin that is not active yet because we didn't have time to get Tim to link his Twitter to it. So the next time you see this website and it goes live, you will see the latest 3 tweets from Tim on the right sidebar. And also there will be ads for the Already Astronaut shop. There will probably be between pre-launch previews and post-launch reviews, and also on the right sidebar. Then you can see the latest post-launch reviews and the latest featured articles. And now you also have those those categories. You can just click and it will show you every launch, every pre-launch preview, for example. Well, this is that was a post-launch review, and I think, yeah, there is SpaceX audio. That was pretty loud. Sorry for that. Do you guys want to see more about the website, or do we want to stay with SpaceX now and talk again about SpaceX? SpaceX FM live, yeah. Hey Elon. I mean, not Elon, but Elon. Yep, really exciting. I can't wait for the new website to go live. We are currently planning on launching the website before the end of the year. I don't know yet if that will be possible or not. So we don't have a huge team behind it. And if we run into more problems than we have right now, it could delay the launch of the website. Coming up on the finish line flow, that last hour went by quick. Well, yes and no. I mean, I noticed that my voice is getting really rusty, and I really need to go and have a drink real quick. But I will wait until SpaceX starts the webcast properly, and until they start talking about the mission today. I've wondered. Okay, it's a bit loud. I've wondered who is responsible for the maintenance of all ground support hardware and electric systems of the pad, and are they charged the cost if a scrub is because of ground services? Well, it's a tough question because I have no idea about ground service equipment. I mean, I pretty much think, and I think I know that the launch provider services their equipment and their pad, obviously, because it's their pad. So they are responsible for ground service equipment and the ground service equipment, the ground service crew. How plausible would it be to have some way to access to articles separately from pre-launch previews? You will have a separate access to pre-launch to articles. I can switch over real quick. So when you look at the top bar, the header pretty much, dismiss, you can see home, upcoming launches, previous launches, shop, and about us. There will be, when we launch the website, probably another tab saying articles, where you have a list of articles. Let's real quick look at the upcoming launches. Oh, no, don't look at the upcoming launches. Jeffrey, if you're seeing this, you know there's something off. But yeah, this is what the upcoming launches should look like in the future. And whenever there is a pre-launch preview linked to a launch, it will display a cutout of the featured image. So you know that for this specific launch, there is a pre-launch preview, and you can simply just click on it, and you will come to the pre-launch preview. For the previous launches, it will be similar. So the standard setting will show the latest 10 launches, but then you will also have, you can look at the previous launches as a bit of an archive. So whenever you want to know something about a previous launch, you can just go to the tab previous launches and filter through the different launches. Let's say you want to know what missions SpaceX launched in 2018. You will have the option next to previous launches at the top to set different filters. So you can set the filter SpaceX and also the filter for 2018. Then you will have all the different SpaceX launches launched in 2018. And if there was a pre-launch preview, then it will also be linked, or a post-launch review, but back in 2018 we didn't do any post-launch reviews. So if there's any information on this launch provided by us, it will be linked. Yeah, there will also be another tab with articles where you can also look through the different articles. Right, let's switch back to SpaceX.
Exciting. Let's take a closer look at the vehicle for today's mission.
And I will get something to drink. Be right back.
Cycling through its launch day processes in preparation for its 12:30 p.m. Eastern liftoff. Falcon 9 is a two-stage liquid-fueled launch vehicle and stands about 229 feet or 70 meters tall, which is equivalent of about 12 giraffes stacked on top of each other. The bottom two-thirds of the vehicle is what we call the first stage. As I mentioned earlier, it will be taking flight for the 7th time today. The first stage is responsible for accelerating the vehicle all the way to the edge of space, after which it will separate from the second stage, carrying the
Oh no, I'm sorry.
to raise its position.
It looks like for 1080p. Yeah, that's the stream that is buffering.
To enter a circular EO and
Oh no.
reach an apogee of about
Come on.
20,200.
Let's try again. I'm sorry that is buffering.
Vacuum of space, the payload will no longer need that protection. We'll jettison the fairing halves so we don't have to carry around that extra weight, and the second stage will continue with the satellite to its targeted drop-off orbit. One fairing half used during today's mission is taking its first flight.
I don't even know if you can hear me.
Time. That particular half previously supported the Anassys 2 mission back in July of
Because my OBS shows me that I
this year.
have internet cutouts all the time right now.
Ms. Chief will instead retrieve one of the fairing halves with our recovery vessel Go Searcher and attempt to catch the other using our recovery vessel.
Oh, that's so frustrating.
The large gray structure that you see there next to Falcon 9 is the TE is used to roll out the Falcon 9 from
God, that's annoying.
And raise it to its vertical launch position. The TE also
Vehicle is pitching downrange, and you can really see how it's pitching downrange. How it's already turning. And you look at the condensation coming off the rocket.
We're now 30 seconds into flight, and
Ooh.
Falcon 9 is preparing
It's a wobbly camera.
Max Q, which will happen at T+1 minute and 12 seconds. For those of you that might be unfamiliar with this term, Max Q is when the vehicle will experience the greatest amount of dynamic pressure. Call out there that everything is looking nominal for first stage.
Apocalypse cow.
Prepare for Max Q, we throttle the engines down and then back up about 20 seconds later. And this helps ensure that we keep those dynamic pressures
Same
below
here.
a certain level.
I really want to go down, I mean not down there, but over there to the US, to Florida or to Texas and witness a rocket launch myself. And I will. I can guarantee you, I will see a rocket launch.
Vehicle is experiencing maximum dynamic pressure.
So there we heard the call out that the vehicle is
Max
passing through
Q.
Max Q.
Nice.
Again,
Yeah, I'm
that's
not
the
lagging
point at
anymore.
which the vehicle
My internet
experiences
just
the greatest
decided
amount
to...
of dynamic pressure, greatest amount that it'll see throughout.
Well,
Now, in just a few
I'm
seconds,
not
we'll
gonna
hear the
say
call
it
that
on
MVAC
stream.
shield has
You
begun.
can
Just like
imagine
we
what
did
I'm
on
thinking
the
about my
MOD
internet right now.
engines For first stage, we open the pre-valves between the propellant tanks and the turbopumps, allow some of that super chilled liquid oxygen to cool down the
We
turbine
are
hardware.
30 seconds away from Miko.
There we go. So
About
MVAC
30
shield
seconds, I
begun.
think.
So that super chilled liquid oxygen
It's crazy that after 2
flowing through
minutes
the
it's
turbopumps,
already
allowing them to
at
cool off prior to full
35
flow
kilometers,
of propellant.
going nearly
Everything is
5,000
looking
kilometers
good
an
with
hour.
Stage 1 trajectory.
Oh, by the way, this will be the heaviest
Coming up, we're
payload
gonna
to
have 3 events happening in
geostationary
quick
or
succession.
to geostationary transfer
We're
orbit.
going to have main engine cutoff,
As you can
followed
see,
by stage separation and SES1, or
as
second
the
engine
Falcon 9
stop 1.
first stage will be landing on the drone ship
engine cutoff coming up in
643
3
kilometers
seconds.
away. Starlink missions are about 633 kilometers away. Oh, Miko. Come on, stage sep.
Confirmed.
There it is.
All right, there on your screen we have confirmation of stage separation as well as MVAC ignition.
Good MVAC ignition.
There goes the stiffener ring.
Great view there of planet Earth rotating behind the first stage, which is on the left-hand side of your screen,
So
and the second stage on the right-hand
those
side.
views
So on the
don't get
left-hand
old.
side, we can see those grid fins beginning to deploy into the landing position. Those grid fins will be utilized to help steer Falcon 9 for a precise landing on our drone ship, which, like I mentioned earlier, is positioned a couple hundred
Vehicle's on a
miles
nominal trajectory.
nominal trajectory there
Nice.
for Falcon 9.
Normal
As I said,
trajectory.
Those, grid fins will be utilized to help guide and steer the booster.
Is it just me or does Kate seem a little confused today.
Bearing separation confirmed.
And
Nice,
confirmation
good
that
fairing
the,
separation.
There you saw on your screen, the two fairing halves have separated, exposing the SXM-7 satellite.
I personally really think that the SXM-7 satellite looks pretty cool.
If you look closely, you
For
can actually see the fairing disappearing
communication
from view in the
satellite.
background there. Currently at T plus 4 minutes and 3 seconds into flight, and we're performing the first of 2 planned MVAC burns. At
Oh,
stage
I didn't.
separation, the first stage's velocity is about 2,200
I didn't take a
meters per
look
second, or
at the
5,000
flight
meters per hour.
profile
Pretty
and the
fast.
mission timeline today. So I don't
As
know
the
if we
first
have
and second stages
a long
separate,
coast
that first
burn.
stage is actually still moving at such a high velocity
Or
that
not.
it continues to raise
Coast
its
phase, not coast
altitude,
burn. Coast phase.
as it coasts for a couple of minutes prior to starting its downward return back to Earth.
Acquisition of signal, Bermuda.
That will be
Next
interesting.
major milestone that we'll be able to see will be that first stage entry burn. For the entry burn, we relight the center engine, which we call E9, and then partway through the transition back through the Earth's atmosphere, we relight 2 more Merlin M1D engines, E1 and E5, to give us a total of 3 M1Ds, helping to slow the vehicle down
Yep.
as it passes back into the Earth's atmosphere.
I think so too, Juan.
We're expecting that entry burn to begin in about 1 minute.
On my right screen, on my second screen, I have the stats of my stream open, and you can really see
Continues to look good there on second
when my
stage.
internet kind of
Carrying the
turned off,
SXM-7
and
satellite for
the view
serial
count
ascent.
dropped down to 3 viewers to 4 viewers.
On a nominal trajectory.
I think that's only on my end. And you had to kind of reconnect. Oh, it hurts. From 33 viewers to
Gorgeous
2.
views of first stage as it has now reoriented itself.
To my
coasting
defense,
through apogee, and now
it's my
we're
first time
turning
streaming.
back down. As
So
I mentioned,
I think
we'll
I'm
be
allowed to lag a
performing
bit.
2 maneuvers for that landing. First entry burn coming up in about 10 seconds. Followed, of course,
Oh,
by
next up, the
landing
entry
on
burn.
the drone ship.
Stage
Let's hope
1
everything
FTS
goes
is
well. Oh, nice, FTS is saved.
First stage is currently about 50 miles above
It's a
the
good
Earth's
call
surface.
out.
Stage 1 entry burn has started.
There we can see that the entry burn
Looks
has
like a
begun
nice entry burn.
on the left-hand side of your screen for that first stage re-entry. Again,
Yeah,
we start
probably.
by igniting
Hitting
the center
F5 all the
engine
time.
first, and then reignite 2 more engines to give us a total of 3 engines, allowing us to slow the vehicle down as it re-enters the
Stage
Earth's
1
atmosphere,
entry burn shut down.
and shut down of those 3 engines for entry burn.
Now you can start to see the grid fins,
Trajectory continues to look nominal there.
Doing
for
their
second
work
stage
and
on
steering
the right-hand side of your screen.
the booster towards the
I love
drone
that
ship.
view of the MVAC nozzle glowing
Welcome
orange
to the
with Earth
exciting world
behind
of
it.
live broadcasting. Well, yeah,
Next up, we have a
And I
couple
mean,
of major
it wouldn't
milestones
be
happening back-to-back.
an EDA live
The
stream
start
if
of the
there
landing burn,
were
followed
no
immediately
problems at
by
all.
SECO-1, or second
That's
engine cutoff
simply
1
just not
on
possible.
second stage. SECO is where we shut down that MVAC engine to allow the second stage to coast for a little bit.
Yep.
This
And
engine
where,
preserves
as we
the fuel
know,
until we need it for the final burn
it
to take
happens
us to
that
our
we
targeted orbit for the
lose live
SXM-7
footage,
satellite.
like the live feed
And
from
then about
the first
25
stage
seconds after SECO
while it's
1, we'll
re-entering
hopefully
the
have a live
atmosphere.
view of the first stage touching down
Stage 2 is in terminal guidance.
on our drone ship just
Oh,
read the
we're coming up
instructions.
on the landing burn, and then right after landing burn,
We're
start up
expecting the
SECO
landing
1.
burn to begin in about 10 seconds, and SECO
I really have to work
begin
on
in
that
about
delay.
15 seconds.
It really is. It's frustrating but
Stage 2 FTS is
confusing to me that there is about 30-second delay between you guys seeing or hearing me and then texting. Yep. Yeah, Juan, that's totally right. Oh,
Everything
stage 1
continues
landing
looking
burn.
nominal. And there we heard the call out of SECO. And tuning in
There
for
it
that
comes, there
landing
it
on the
comes, there it
left-hand
comes.
side.
Come on, stick it, stick it, stick it, stick it,
Hopefully
stick
we
it.
stick it. Looks like we lost the feed there.
Camera?
We'll
Insertion.
try to bring that back to you whenever we have
Camera?
But we did hear the call out that we have good orbit for
Good orbit, that's
second
good.
stage. So nominal orbital insertion.
Expected LO escape, that's also okay.
Stage 1 is landed. Landing operators proceed into recovery 1.
We did hear the call
Oh my
out that
god.
the first stage has landed. Unfortunately, we weren't able to bring the video of that as it was
Oh
over
my
the horizon.
god. Oh,
And there's that
there it
view.
is. Oh my god.
Once again, this is the 7th flight and therefore the 7th landing of
Oh.
this particular booster. Also
My heart
marking
just
the
dropped.
69th successful recovery of a Falcon
Oh.
9 first stage. The
Those
second
were
stage
some
vehicle has just entered
20
its first
seconds of
coast phase, which will last about
hearing
15
that they have
minutes,
lost
and we'll
the
light
first
that MVAC
stage.
engine for a second time shortly thereafter at T plus 26 minutes and 3 seconds. We're going to take a
Oh.
break here, and as always, if you're
So
interested
I have
in
a coast
keeping an
phase
eye
of,
on that second stage
was it 26
throughout its
minutes
coast
or
phase, we'll leave you with an animation. See you
up
back here
until
at
T
T
plus-
25 minutes.
Oh, okay. We have a coast phase of about 15 minutes. Let's talk about it. If you want to, obviously. Did you think that we might have lost the first stage? Luckily they hadn't lost the camera for a while like that during landing. Yeah, that's true. We had quite a bunch of launches where we saw the booster landing uninterruptedly. That is the first time in a while that we completely lost the feed at landing burn. Yep. I thought so, right? Yeah, pretty short coast phase, right? Yeah, 15 minutes. Not that long. Maybe it didn't look like they lost the camera feed. I mean, not the connection to the drone ship. It looked like the camera itself stopped working for a minute, because we had a feed from the drone ship, but it just showed a kind of blue screen, kind of static view. They're too good to lose it. I mean, we are a bit spoiled because that was the 19th consecutive landing, I think. Remind me if I'm wrong. I think it was the 19th consecutive landing.
Expected loss of signal, Bermuda.
And they have nearly landed half of the boosters, which is really, really impressive. When you think about it, there are not that many Falcon 9 Block 5 launches when you look at the overall launches of Falcon 9. It was the 102nd launch of a Falcon 9. And more than half of every Falcon 9 was still pre-Block 5. Or a minor interference, yeah. After entry burn finished, it made a fairly large pitch adjustment. But those are pretty normal. Just the dog-leg maneuver. As you probably all know, they specifically aim next to the drone ship, so in case something goes wrong with the entry burn, it won't hit the drone ship. So after the entry burn shuts down, the grid fins start to steer the booster towards the drone ship, and that's called the dogleg maneuver. Why it is called that way, I have no idea. Yeah, exactly. Otherwise, they would have shown a Falcon 9 slide, just a Falcon 9 slide if they had lost the signal. This time it looked like the camera had an issue. Yeah, it seemed like they're moving the camera placement on the ship occasionally. Yes, that too, but also don't forget though this drone ship. What drone ship was it this time? was it? It was just read the instructions. So they have different camera placements on the different drone ships as well. SpaceX making it look easy. Yeah, that was a really nice landing. I mean, the accuracy of the landing was pretty nice in my opinion. Which it certainly is not. Yeah, which it certainly is not. Yep, 19th consecutive landing. What was the latest mission they lost the booster? That's a good question. It must have been a mission this year, early this year. Yeah, exactly. Starlink 5 in March, as Andy says. Ah, okay. Dogleg maneuver because the path looks as crooked as a dog's leg. Okay, I see. That makes kind of sense. I mean, I don't have a dog, so and I'm not really a dog person. But yeah, yeah, I can see why it's called that way. We have 10 more minutes. What do we want to do? Are there any more questions? And I'm really happy about the questions you provided me with. Those were really, really awesome questions, I must say. And also pretty tough ones. I mean, I don't expect anything else since you guys are pretty much, I mean, most of you are probably members of the Discord server. So it was to be expected that you have great questions. Come on, do you never see a dog's leg? Of course I saw a dog's leg, but I'm not a dog person, so I don't really see that many dogs. Especially now during COVID. I'm most of the times at home. So I don't have to walk a dog. I don't really see that many dogs. So I didn't have a picture of a dog's leg in my head. Oh wow, I really have to turn off notifications for new subscribers on YouTube. I have like 10 emails that somebody subscribed to my YouTube channel. Did they have one right before that too? Just found a Scott Manley video from last February talking about a failed landing. Nope. Oh wait, that video where Scott Manley is talking about yeah, a failed landing. There was a soft landing next to the booster. Let's add another one. What do we want to add? Like, what another one? Starlink 4 in February also had failed landing. That's right. True, there were 2 Starlink missions that have failed. It seems so far away, but it still was this year. Is there anyone here who isn't from Discord? That's a good question, because I have posted about it and it's a public stream. So technically people could another subscription. Oh god. So technically there could be people watching the stream that are not from the Discord server. Because that's crazy. I mean, that's probably also you people refreshing and stuff, but the stats currently show that there have been 371 clicks on the stream, that there are currently 16 people watching live, and that there are, what does chat frequency mean? There's no, it just says chat frequency 2. There's no time frame, like no per minute or per hour or per second. That's weird. So yeah, but the 372 clicks now also include refreshing the stream. Oh, and we have 26 likes. Ooh, that's awesome. I would not have thought that we would have that many likes and clicks. No, I don't think it's 2 comments per minute. Well, oh, maybe. Yeah, it could be per minute. I mean, now it's higher again, but during the launch it was lower, and yeah, it's probably per minute, but it doesn't say per minute. Just say, oh yeah, now it's at 4. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Oh, there are 2 mentions in the live chat. But there's so many. Oh. New live chat messages. 222 in the Discord server. Wow. Might be kind of weird to say, but you could pull off some decent ASMR. I won't pull off ASMR. I love listening to ASMR, but I'm not a person to do ASMR. And I don't think that this microphone is, oops, actually that was suited for ASMR. Where's the second? Oh, there it is. You could try setting it to 7-way. Better than buffering. Yeah. Okay, that was way back. Hey, I don't want to scroll up anymore. Scroll down. Thanks. Alright, back to the YouTube chat. Oh, as an average, that could be, yeah, 4 chats per minute. It's not like we're a bunch of chat boxes in here. Wouldn't be possessed. No. Yeah, not per second, not per hour. So it has to be per minute. We could scrub spam. No, Juan, don't do a scrub spam. You do speak kind of quiet though. That's because my voice is kind of fading. Because usually I don't talk that much. Like without a break. I'm not that well trained to do it. It's not routine as it is for Tim. And it's definitely not routine for me to speak English for that long. Don't sell yourself. Yeah, no, I think nobody wants to hear my ASMR. And I don't want to do ASMR. That's the next thing. But now I can see why Tim is always like laughing when he reads the comments and doesn't know what to say for a brief moment. I mean, Tim has the advantage of all those super chats and all those viewers, the thousands of viewers. So he never he has always questions he can answer, and he always has a topic he can talk about. In comparison to me. I mean, we have now 15 viewers, 14, I don't know. I don't know how fast the stream updates. I mean, the stream stats on my end. Fast day update. I honestly really like the stream. Nice to have a small amount of people. You should do this whenever Tim isn't streaming, assuming you're available. I really thought about doing it whenever Tim is not streaming a rocket launch. I mean, there will also be some launches. Yeah, super chats are those donations where you can ask questions pretty much, or just say something. Yeah, I think I will do some streams when I have the time and I'm available, obviously, about different rocket launches. If Tim isn't covering them, so maybe. I mean, what launches do we have tomorrow? Let's switch scenes real quick. Let's see. Launch previews. So tomorrow. Oh, in 11. Oh no. Okay. Andy, I don't know, but could you check the liftoff time for the Angara rocket again? Because now it says 5:50 UTC, which is, you know, only 12 hours. And on the 14th and not on the 15th. And I don't know if we will have a webcast, and I won't stream this launch because that's in 12 hours, and that would be 6:50 in the morning for me, and I won't be up at that time. Then we have Astra's Rocket 3.2 launch, which is in
Welcome back to our webcast for
Monday and 1 hour.
SXM-7 mission. To recap what's happened so far
Let's
this
see.
afternoon, we had a smooth liftoff at 12:30 p.m. Eastern. 2.5 minutes later, our first
What
and second
Kate
stages successfully separated. The first stage, which
is on about.
today, landed on our drone ship. Just read the instructions. And the second stage completed its first burn, successfully inserting the SXM-7 and second stage into its planned parking orbit. Right now, we're coming up on the second burn of the upper stage engine here in just a couple of minutes. Currently, the flight computer is commanding the settling thrusters to turn on and off, releasing nitrogen gas that helps lightly push the stage, allowing propellant to stay at the bottom of the tank above the engine, right where we need it. We're expecting that second engine start 2 to occur in a couple of seconds. And there we can see that
There we have
back engine has
SES2, second engine ignition, or second engine
the
start.
nozzle beginning to turn a lovely orange. At this point in time, the second stage will burn for about 45 seconds, adding over 2,000 meters per second to the second stage's speed before shutting it down for a second time. That shutdown event is called SECO-2, or Second Engine Cutoff Number 2.
That's a fairly long second engine burn. That will probably, yeah, that will bring the apogee of the orbit to a geostationary transfer orbit, so around 36,000 kilometers.
This burn places the SXM
And there we have
satellite
SECO
into the
too.
required orbit prior to separating it from Falcon 9. And we had confirmation that we have a good burn.
Nominal orbit insertion.
And nominal orbit
Nice.
for that second stage.
It's a good call out.
As a reminder for those tuning in, the SXM-7 satellite is still attached to the Falcon 9 second stage. That second stage is now going to start a slow spin, which will help stabilize the SXM-7 satellite when it's released. This
Oh, that's
transition will
interesting.
take about 5 minutes, with satellite separation at approximately T+31 minutes and 38 seconds.
So the
While we'll
SXM
wait for the
satellite is
to get
spin
closer to its
stabilized.
Final destination. We'll pause commentary for now during this quick coast phase, but we'll come back in just before separation takes place in about 3 minutes. So we'll be back here at T+30 minutes. Stay tuned.
Alright, 3 more minutes until payload deploy. Oh, yeah. And he just explained it to you. Tim pretty much only looks at the tomorrow chat interface, where every donation, every super chat, and every membership gets automatically pushed to. And also, if we think some messages are push worthy, they will also get pushed into the same tomorrow chat. Spin stabilized, yeah. So when you spin up a satellite on one axis, it's fairly stable. So it won't turn over time by solar wind, for example, or the trace amounts of atmosphere. Because there's never a perfect vacuum. So when it's spin stabilized, it's fairly stable. At least I think it's spin stabilized by what Kate just told us. Which is, I didn't know, but unusual for geostationary satellites, isn't it? Oh, did anyone notice or hear access the second stage will start to spin at? Because for example, for Starlink missions,
Welcome back to our coverage of the SXM-7
all right.
mission for Sirius XM.
There goes Kate again.
Joining us, we had an on-time launch at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time, followed by a successful ascent, stage separation, first stage landing, and 2 second stage engine burns. We have just one more major milestone coming up today, which of course is the deployment of the SXM-7 satellite from the Falcon 9 second stage, which you see there on your screen now. That separation is scheduled to take place about a minute from now. The satellite that we're carrying on board today, the SXM-7, is Sirius XM's next generation high power broadcasting satellite.
Acquisition of signal HPK.
It was designed to provide service for more than 15 years, and it'll be joining Sirius XM's active fleet to provide audio entertainment and data services to the continental United States, Canada, Puerto Rico, and the Caribbean. It'll be outputting over 8,000 watts of content, meaning it will deliver the highest power density of any commercial satellite on orbit.